Hi guys, I'll create new object and open the studio for it. Then I'll add the first element. This element will be holder of my background because I want my background to be centered on the screen. I'll remove its background, select it and insert the background in cell itself, which will be with position fixed, no top and left properties, and the width and height will be 3 em. Then the background, which will be background image radial gradient. And I'll adjust the colors. For the center, I want white. And for the border, it will be darker color. Let's say dark blue. Then I'll repeat the colors several times in order to adjust the size of the gradient. So twice the white in the middle and triple the dark blue on the border. And here is our gradient. Let's start with the letters of our text. Import HTML, change the text inside the tag, which will be H, change the font family, and change several more CSS properties like font size, remove the background, change the text color, resize the element, and set some starting rotation for the element because later I'll use that rotation and I want it to be with start value 0 degrees. Now I can place this one somewhere to the start of the word, which will be HTML, and I'll start copying the letters, which will copy exactly the same HTML, and I'll just change the text inside. You see? HTML. So our text is ready. I'll move it a little bit to the right in order to be centered to the background. And now we can start with the word movies. Add an HTML template again, change its text to movies, and start updating its CSS. First I change the font family, and now I will use DevTools to change several more properties like text color. I will remove the background again. I will change the size of the element. And I will use letter spacing to stretch the text to be as wide as the HTML word. The opacity I added will be used later to make the text appear by increasing the opacity from 0 to 1 by smooth transition, of course, because all of the nonlinear CSS animations is about transitions of the numerical CSS properties. You can see the letter spacing. I will adjust it through DevTools. Actually, one is okay. So let's move it into the middle. And our HTML is ready for creating the animation. Actually, that's the end state of our animation, and I'll set it as an end point of our animation. And the previous one, I'll resize the background to make the light behind blink. So 2.5 will be okay. And this way the light in the back will blink. The previous step will be to make the movie's word disappear by decreasing the opacity property to 0. As you can see, I'm walking from the end to the beginning because I want the end state to be precisely adjusted, and with steps back I'll go to the beginning. So after the movie's word disappears, I want to make the L of the HTML word appear. So what I'm gonna do is to increase the font size to rotate the element, and in the previous step I'll remove this element because it will appear on the later steps. When I make it disappear, I'll do the same with the previous letter, M. Rotation, increasing the font size, creating the previous step, and in there the M letter is not needed anymore because it's not appeared yet. So I'll focus on the previous letter, which is T. Rotation, font size, previous step, deleting the HTML element to clear the screen, and doing the same with H. And I'll copy the HTML of the whole scene and set it as an HTML of the initial state of our animation. Copy the canvas elements, HTML, deselect all properties, all steps in the animation, and replace the HTML of the initial state. And there I'll delete the last letter, which is H. Our animation is ready. Selecting the last step, and here is the nice letters flying effect. The blinking of the background, oh, it's here. Just for a couple of minutes you can see what we have done. I'll save this one in order to be accessible for everyone in the web universe. Just click Set, OK, closing the studio, and here is our animation. Thanks guys, see you.